cigar man. I'm a cigar man. Big up, baby, you know I'm smoking. Cigar like a woman, round but not too firm. Even though it's smoking slow, fire'll get you burned. I'm a cigar man. Billy, oh honey, you know you got me smoking. Smoke 'em when they're short, smoke 'em when they're long. I like 'em when they're mellow, love 'em when they're strong. I'm a cigar man. Biggity, oh baby, you got me smoking.
John, do you want me to fill?
Yo.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another fantastic episode of Smoking Salads. I am your host, John Hill, and to my left we have Dean Andrews, and to the far left over there we have Nick Woods. So we are your hosts tonight, and tonight we will be talking about the Wildfire cigar. So I didn't post anything. I just had a very, very busy week and just couldn't get around to it. So the Wildfire cigar, we are smoking the, no, I need my glasses.
Uh-oh.
Yep, I couldn't read the small label, but it's the Revivalist. So the Revivalist, it's a brand new, the Wildfire cigars is a brand new brand out there from an old Caldwell guy that we all know and love, Jeremy McDonald. So Jeremy McDonald has been with Caldwell. He's a partner of Caldwell, who's their national sales manager.
Yes,
and
he is.
He basically said, you know, I kind of want to do my own. What's going on with that? What the hell is that?
I don't know. What is that?
The heck?
Dude, what? Dude, come on. It's the team, baby.
Oh, my God.
Took Bill Belichick out of the game.
Gay Star Parade. The Gay Star
Go,
Parade.
Oh,
there
man.
you go.
Oh,
That's
man.
exactly what happens when you do that. When you're Gay Star Parade Cowboys.
Yeah.
So getting back to what's really important to all of us, especially the listeners in the audience, this is a cigar that made by Jeremy McDonald, and he's gone off on his own, and this is actually his second blend that he's got. This one is commercially available. I picked this up at 82nd, so thank you, Cameron, for turning me onto this. Cameron knows that I knew who Jeremy was.
Yep.
So he said, hey, this would be a really good one for you to put on the show. Unfortunately, I was not able to reach out to Jeremy to get any more information. The only information I could find was that the wrapper is a Mexican Claro, the binder is Nicaraguan, and the filler is a blend of Indonesian and Nicaraguan.
What?
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to some interesting things.
Just to let everybody know, you don't normally get Indonesian tobacco.
No.
Cigars.
Costa Rican, Indonesian, Peruvian, they're good tobacco. You just don't really see them a lot. So, with that.
But before we do that, let us know what you're smoking and drinking.
Yeah,
Yes.
and welcome everybody.
And while you're typing in there, also make sure you hit the share button.
Yes,
So
and
share,
the
share,
subscribe
share.
button down below on your bottom right hand.
If you're a YouTuber, make sure you subscribe to the Smoking Salads channel. You may have to look for it if you've never seen it before. Just look for the channels. There you can search for shows and titles, or you can search by channel. So it's Smoking Salads. And we're also, for you YouTubers, we're also on Facebook Live. Just type in Smoking Salads and you'll be able to find it. So I nosed this one, and I get the normal Barn Funk on the wrapper.
I didn't get that much.
On the not much Barn Funk, I got a ton of Barn Funk.
Yeah, I didn't get.
Well, I got a ton of bar.
My nose might have been off a little bit because I did just get through eating that chicken that was marinated in the Bloody Mary sauce.
First he choked it, and then he ate it.
Yep.
Choke the chicken.
Yes. First,
The
you get the
Chinese
Barn
chicken.
Funk, but with some of the Barn Funk, you also get I get like toast, especially
Yes.
on the head.
I was
like
there was
toast.
there was an off. There was something off, but I got like a nice honey, not like a clover honey, but just like a light.
There's a
honey.
sweetness to it of
Or
some kind. I guess
not
it would
much,
be honey.
not much, but there's a lightness.
I got a little bit
honey.
of earthiness too, like a leather.
Yeah, that Barn Funk is really tightly mixed in with that sweet Barn Funk. That's a little honey, little earthy.
So for this
very,
size
very
of cigar, it's actually got a nice weight to it as well.
So yeah,
it actually does have some nice weight.
So it's good and solid all the way through.
Yep.
The construction of it, there's no blemishes on the wrapper. Very thin veins going through there, so it looks like it's really well made. And I really can't wait to.
I would call
light
it a Colorado Maduro color.
Yeah, I would. Well, yeah, it's.
I mean, it's kind
darker
of Colorado
than-
Maduro, maybe Maduro. It's kind of like in between.
I would say more like a Corojo kind of a color.
Criollo?
Corojo. So it's brown, but it's got a hint of red in there, and it's a dark brown.
Yeah.
It's not Maduro brown, but it's a shade lighter than that.
It's a little bit darker than a Habano, maybe.
We got Park LaFay in the house, so welcome, Park. And have we spotted Chris Olson on the
I don't know if we
yet?
will.
No, I don't know
Last
if
thing I
Chris
saw
is-
is who's flying down to New Mexico. So,
New Mexico.
but even if he's not, hi Chris Wilson.
Yep.
All right,
Hello,
so-
Chris Wilson.
I'm going to light up my stick, give it a good toasting.
Jason said he's smoking the CAO V21, which is the newest one from CAO, and that is a good smoke. That is a good smoke. Let's see. Ryan is smoking a Rock Patel 1990 vintage and drinking peach Gatorade.
Wait, there's nothing in that peach Gatorade. Ryan went back to his old ways. I
went
thought
back,
there
yeah.
was hope for
And
him.
like 2 weeks in a row, he's like, "Yeah, I'm drinking. I'm
Yeah.
drinking some stuff."
So much hope for Ryan, and then he just fails us all.
Oh man.
Fails us all.
So, a lot of
Hey, you could have
Kind
gone
of a-
fishing with me Friday when I caught like 27 pike minnows.
I could
Yeah,
have,
but you
but I
didn't
decided
catch
to put
a
a sty
4-foot
in my eye
sturgeon.
because that sounds like
I
more
helped
fun.
the guy bring in a 4.5 foot sturgeon, though.
So you're just all full of shit and grit tonight, aren't you? You're sissy cowboys and faggy fishing.
Sure,
and-
yeah.
Yeah. Man. So the first puff I got, definitely earthy. I actually got definitely taste like a nutty kind of nuts.
You like nuts in your
earth,
mouth?
Like nuts in my mouth.
Nuts in the mouth,
So,
folks. You
not
heard it
salty
here.
nuts, but just some nutty tones.
He
to
doesn't
it.
like your nuts
almost
salty,
like
but he
a-
likes them freshly washed.
Okay. So, can I get a second here to say what I think, and then I'll talk over the top of you when you're talking. So, which we do anyway. Turnabout's fair play in this
Yes.
game.
There you go.
Cereal malt kind of a thing.
what?
Something like Cheerios-y.
Well, yeah,
in
you
here.
could go back saying that toasty, that breadiness, the maltiness kind of thing. That all kind of lends in to itself. I would agree that this is more of a earthier style cigar, and I think some of the bready flavors might, I don't know if it is, but it might be coming from the Indonesian tobacco. I don't know.
Probably. It's got a little hint of sweetness to it, too.
Yep.
So
There's a little
whether
bit
it's-
that.
where's
There's a little bit of a spice, not much.
Yeah, some light pepper, but not
I-
much. That's the Nicaraguan that's in there. It's going to give you a little bit of that
But
peppery notes.
that toasty. I'm getting like a toasty graham cracker
Yep.
taste, and it's actually very very nice. It's a lot of times when I get it's more of a dominant flavor. This one's kind of a
No,
secondary.
this is a good complex mix of a number of things. So I
So
can't wait to try this. What we're going to be drinking tonight.
Are you getting also like a little bit of on your palate afterwards, a little bit of a bitterness? Although that could have been like I say, I just did get through eating like 15 minutes ago, so that could have been
Yeah,
the
you had some
cigar
hot
partner
sauce
with
stuff on your.
No, I had Bloody Mary mix that I marinated
That's
the
probably
chicken
messing
thighs
with it a
in.
little bit.
Yeah.
But no, it's a slightly sweet, cereally, earthy kind of a flavor. Very good. Solid medium on the body index. So we're passing our mugs. We're not drinking whiskey per se. We are. You can see that we got the Jack Daniel's single barrel cask strength sitting out there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we are drinking that.
Oh,
but
no.
I heated up some nice fresh apple cider, and this is a fall drink. And surprisingly enough, hot cider with whiskey goes really good with cigars.
Yeah.
So I decided to pull this out of my stash, and we're going to add some of this and do Apple Jacks.
Yep. So this is the single barrel proof Jack Daniel's. It is 130.7 proof.
Yep. So it's a bit toasty.
There's no age statement on it. Jack Daniel's doesn't tend to have age statements on any of their spirits. Although I can't wait to get our hands on the
Thank
new.
you, John Hill, for announcing my cigars
Oh,
and my
sorry.
whiskeys.
Yeah.
John, you gained a little
I'm talking
weight.
about but you did get to try the Jack Daniel's 10-year
Yes, I got to try the Jack
here
Daniel's 10
recently.
year last
Why don't
week.
you let us know in the audience members what that was like?
Also, what I added to the mug is a stick of cinnamon, just to give us that little spice in addition to the apple cider.
Oh god.
So
that's good.
I did not put as much whiskey in here as I think you were hoping. You filled it like halfway, and I'm not going to pour half and half because I want to be able to taste the apple cider.
So much.
Well, with the heat of this, it's going to make the 130
Oh yeah, it's going to
really.
see. Yeah. So I made a light pour for now, but it's the general concept. You got your whiskey, you got your apple cider, and you got cigars. And most of the time on the show we're doing just straight out spirits. We're not really doing any mixes or blends or anything like that. But fall, there's so many good things you can do out there that we decided to do this. So no need to whirly the girly. We're just gonna.
Oh yeah, we got two girls we can make dizzy.
I'm just gonna toast in the coffee mug.
Okay. Oh boy.
It doesn't sound nearly as nice.
Oh wait. Oh, hot cider in the lap, baby.
That's right. That's what you get for the gay star
Hey.
parade action that you had going on. So, all right, I'm gonna let mine cool just a little bit because I like mine
All right.
not
Well, we're
boiling
gonna
hot.
try
I'm gonna burn my
we're
mouth,
gonna try
so.
the spirit.
All right,
By itself.
Dean and Nick are gonna
Let's
try
see
the
what we
spirit
get off
first.
the nose here.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna take another puff of this delicious cigar. And
Please
it's-
listen to
the burn is
noises.
doing really well right now. So, nice even burn right off the back. No harshness right off the back. We'll come and revisit it about a third of the way in. But let's talk about. You guys are drinking straight to spirit. Did you add any water to it? Yeah, so nice and hot.
Well, no,
why's your
here's the
face
thing.
turning red, Dean?
No, so here's the thing.
That's good
What did you say? You said it's 138-ish?
No, it's 130.7.
It's not ish. It's 38.7.
Yeah.
38.7. Okay. The point is, it doesn't drink that way. At least for me. I took a sip of it, and it's
Yeah,
not
because
that-
you just put it in your mouth and drank it. I let it sit in my mouth for 5. Look, if you want the best Listerine in the world, buy you a bottle of this. Put it in your mouth for about 5 or 6 seconds. Swish that stuff around. Your teeth will become squeaky clean. That's
Good
all I gotta
mouthwash.
say about it. Yes.
Better than Listerine.
So I'm going to go back again and say, even after letting it sit for 5 or 10 seconds, for me, it doesn't drink like the proof that it is. It's very smooth.
Yep.
The flavors, on the nose, I got a little bit of floral. I got the classic caramel. But on the taste, I'm getting citrus, like a dark cherry.
Yeah, you can get that.
It's actually, this is really
I would also
freaking
say
good.
too that because it's a single barrel.
I am so glad none of us are drinking that because I do.
Yeah, it's my glass.
I was gonna
My
say,
glasses.
essence
My
of
glass.
bean.
You're waxing the glass. There we
you
go. So I did my first sip with the apple
Oh,
cider.
crap. Oh, that's
And-
hot.
Yes, that's why I kind of let mine cool down a little
Yeah.
bit. But
Ugh.
the sweetness definitely goes well with the cigar.
Okay, let's see what it.
I'm
let's
trying to
see
figure
we
out what
got
it
here.
pulls out. It does pull out some things. It just has to. It's unusual flavors. We've spent a lot of cigars kind of smoking the same style, and those are really easy for us to pick out. Now we've got something that is the polar opposite.
You got okay. Of course, we had the cider, so you're going to get the cider flavor.
Yeah.
You got the citrus from the Jack Daniel's, and partnered with the breadiness of the cigar. Absolutely fantastic. It's
like
like
a
a little
gingerbread house.
breakfast casserole.
Well, I was gonna say
Right?
it's like a gingerbread house.
Yeah. Or
kind of not so gingery.
or
but
like
No,
a
but I mean,
French
like-
toast casserole.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's
John,
very
let's be real.
dessert-like.
Gingerbread houses are no longer made out of gingerbread. They're all made out of frickin' graham crackers and.
I thought they were all made
frosting.
out of
No,
gingers.
they're made out of gingerbread.
Okay, well-
Gingers.
Okay, well done.
So I'm gonna just add a
Dave
little bit
Babcock
more.
says that he is smoking the United Cigars Abuelo and drinking Willet Rye.
Nice.
Close up on the bottle. You want to do the favors since I got a thing?
Taped to your foot? You mean
gotta-
something that's got nothing on it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got nothing on it anymore.
Good. Just
trying
hope that's
break
stuck
it
to your
free.
foot now.
Trying to break it free.
So that is the Jack Daniel's single barrel, single cask.
Duct tape.
You'll look across a number of different whiskey venues, and some people love it, some people hate it. Listen, I grew up on Jack Daniel's. I like most of the Jack
Hey, that
Daniels.
was my first spirit.
So,
Jack Daniels,
yeah,
dude.
you know, I have an affinity for it. This is not like that. This is so much flavor. It is not like
yeah.
Old Number 7, and it is certainly not like Gentleman Jack. I don't like Gentleman Jack because it doesn't exude enough of the flavors. Single barrel I like, but this, you know, you don't even have to add water to it. When you do add water to it, it doesn't diminish the flavors at all.
Exactly.
It reminds me a lot of that George T. Stagg that we had
From
many years
2018 or
Yeah, it's
2017.
just so
Not
much flavor in there.
2019. I'm sorry, but the 2019
That
George
was
T.
horrible.
Stagg that we tried was nothing but cinnamon. That's all it was. Nothing but cinnamon. And I was like, holy crap, I'm so thankful that we were only paying like $16 a shot for that.
ago. So I got an even mix now between the apple cider and the Jack.
You got a half and half?
No, just flavor-wise,
Oh.
I can pretty much taste both clearly now. It's basically 50 and 50. So I'm gonna take one more sip and then try my cigar and see what that does to the flavor.
I tell you what, that Jack does add a bit of a citrus flavor to that cider.
Yeah, I'm discovering that a
It's
little
like
bit.
an orange apple.
It is
It's-
nice.
it's-
Yeah, it's nice though.
Orange apple.
It's subtle enough that it doesn't make you
Holy
go.
crap! When we go camping this next year, John,
This is
what we're gonna have
I
for
was gonna say-
breakfast. Now you're gonna have to hit up
This
on the
is,
insulin.
Yeah.
This drink would be perfect in front of a fire,
Yeah.
whether it's a fire pit or a
Exactly.
fireplace.
Now, this is a great fall drink. Bourbon furnaces, you know, Apple Jacks, you know, wonderful. And when people were wondering, oh, will it ever taste good with a cigar? I think definitively, at least with this cigar,
This
the
cigar
answer
goes
is like
very
absolutely.
well with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
would
it doesn't
you-
overpower.
I would classify this as to me, I think it's a medium body smoke. It's easy going, but even though I would say too, if you had this cigar and you had some friends and a couple of them smoked mild body cigars, or there, if they were new smokers and they were just doing it because everybody else is smoking, this would still be a good cigar. I
Yeah.
could hand this to a non-smoker and they're not going to die.
There's something to be said too about you're outside, campfire or whatnot.
Yeah.
Just you're outside. You don't have a man cave. You're outside of your house. You're enjoying a cigar. You want to stay warm. When your body is cold, you're outside in the cold, and
Yeah.
you're drinking this with a cigar. I bet the experience and the flavor is probably different.
Oh yeah. Actually,
So-
I bet you because it's so cold outside, you'll be tasting things differently too. Not
Yes.
just the experience.
Oh
just
yeah,
the flavors that
temperature
you'll get.
plays. Yeah,
Yeah.
temperature and attitude and setting play a huge role to me. I think.
Well, let me try something.
And what a cigar tastes like.
Let me change my attitude.
All right.
Fuck you and your Cowboys.
Yeah. Well. Hey.
He's laughing on the inside, so I mean. It's
Yeah,
not
I know.
gonna change.
He's all.
You're
for it.
right. That's a different taste.
It's better.
Try it.
Go fuck yourself with you and your Cowboys.
Ah.
Oh wow, that's a lot better.
I would
It's
also
like
say
an
too.
anti-Texas flavor in your
I
mouth.
like that anti-Texas flavor.
I would also say too. Now that I'm trying the Jack straight. Now I'm getting more the what you would call the charcoal or wood smokiness, or what some people would say like rotariness and everything from it. That is coming through. That didn't come through on the first one.
No, well,
but
I'm
now
into
it's coming
my-
through a little bit more.
The end of my first third, and I get some more smokiness out of it.
Okay,
But maybe it's because my attitude was different.
it could have been.
So,
I mean,
I love the
look, all I know is
Cowboys.
you were texting me during the game saying, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe they won.
John, how
That's
much
so
did that hurt?
fantastic."
Oh, that tastes horrible.
I was gonna say, John, how much did it hurt to say that?
A lot.
I was gonna say there's
So
nobody.
my whole left side of my body has gone numb.
I was gonna say there's nobody in their right mind that would say that they love the Cowboys.
That's
Well,
what Bill Belichick
right
said
mind.
after the game last night.
In their right mind.
Oh yeah.
So, I'm liking it so far. Highly recommend it at this point, but we'll get
Glasses
to
in
at
eye.
least halfway
Just
through
out
the
of
cigar.
curiosity, we haven't talked about it yet. What is the price point of the cigar?
This cigar, the Robusto, is about $11. So a
Okay.
lot of the cigars nowadays, you know, if you're gonna get a good smoke, it seems to be around. Used to be like 6 to 10. Now it seems to be about 8 to 12. You know, we do have additional taxes at the beginning of the year. Prices are going to continue to climb a little bit because of the supply chain problems that we have. The
Inflation.
prices might climb even more if the government ever passes this silly $3.5
Jesus.
trillion
Oh, my
deal.
God.
Then you're going to see a real spike going on. So keeping my fingers crossed that that's not going to pass.
Yeah, well,
because that's just a socialistic program, and I don't know of too many people that tell me that it's otherwise.
Yeah.
So it's a scary thing, but this is not a political show. So with that, I'm going to wash that taste out of my mouth.
Yeah, that cigar's not gonna taste great now.
No, it tastes like political shit.
I'm gonna talk to you about something after the show.
Uh-oh.
After the show? Not
Well,
during
some
the
of
show?
our
Smoking salads after dark.
some of our friends were economically and job wise related affected by these whole COVID mandates today.
Yeah.
So
Yes, my spirit goes out for all of you that got released from a job because you did not get vaccinated. I am vaccinated. That's my choice. I do believe that's everybody's choice to get vaccinated.
Yep.
I'm not a big fan in the government telling you what you should and should not do to your body. I'm all for Roe v. Wade, so my policy stays consistent.
yeah.
So, not a big fan. If you have, nervousness about going to do it, that's your right. Just on the flip side of that, just understand you are putting yourself at risk whether you take the vaccine, meaning you don't know what the long-term effects are, right?
Yeah.
But the short-term impact is if you get COVID, you could face serious implications for it. And if that's the case, you're in a hospital bed, somebody else comes in from a car accident, a stroke, a heart attack, you give up your bed. You give up your bed.
Yeah, but also
that's a
when
chance
do they,
that you
when
took.
do they start making all these? When do they start making this stuff like mandatory for whatever they want to make mandatory?
They're already on their way
No.
to that.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
it's really-
first of
This
all,
is the
Biden
testing
and Kamala Harris said, "Oh, we don't have the authority to do that. We're not going to do that." And then
And
here we
then
are,
they did
2
it.
months later. Here
Yeah,
we are.
exactly.
So it's a scary precedent, and like I said, I'm not of the ilk that puts pressure on people to get a vaccine or not. I don't care. I'm vaccinated. That's good enough for me. If you're not vaccinated, I'll hang out with you because I have more protection. Granted, long term, I have no idea what's going to happen, but we're talking years, right? Just like any other drug passed out by the FDA. You don't know what you don't know. But what I do know is they do show that it does have an impact towards the intensity of a COVID.
Yeah.
So you probably won't end up on a ventilator.
So
The
Chris-
percentages are there.
Chris Wilson is watching.
Hey, Chris Wilson.
Hey, Chris Wilson.
He said he first said Jack Daniels from your mother's teat. T-E-E teat. But then he said, have fun with that microchip. Now here's the thing. If there
Stay
is
on the microchip.
if there really is a microchip and it shows where you've been, son of a bitch, send me a progress report. Sometimes I don't remember where I was.
Just
last
let me know
week.
that you're tracking me, right?
All right, So all I'm going to say about the microchip, and I know he's joking, because you carry your phone with you everywhere you go. You're already chipped.
yeah.
So if the government wants to know that I masturbate to blowjob porn or something
Or
like
your
that,
smart
more power
TV,
to them.
your
I don't.
smart TV,
Yeah, I don't.
your Echo devices, your
And-
whatever.
Right. So they've been watching you for years. That's what they call the Patriot Act.
Yep.
So that didn't stop me from getting it. That didn't concern me. But the other side is masks. Wear a mask. Don't wear a mask. I don't care. I think it's somewhat silly. I do it because people ask me to. Makes them feel comfortable. Fine. But I'm not going to go on Facebook and make arguments that you're sheep whether you wear a mask or you're sheep because you do wear a mask. I don't care. And I'm not going to have Facebook posts out there either way making a side. What I am going to say is for those of you that make sides on wear a mask or don't wear a mask and pick on other people because they do the opposite of you, get a life.
Exactly.
Honestly, there's way more important things to think about, like the border, the supply chain,
I thought,
what we're drinking next week, what we're smoking next week.
I was going to say, so we learned, I think it was last Tuesday we were lucky enough to have Rick Arletto. He created the Veritas cigars.
He didn't create them.
No.
He's joined up with Veritas. He's now the national sales manager.
And he's bringing them to the West Coast. He talked to us. I didn't even realize there was a problem going on in, I think it's Nicaragua? A big war going on or something down there?
Duh.
You didn't realize that they've been in a civil war for like the
a
last
while?
20 years?
Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
haven't been in
Nicaragua,
school
for
for
those
20
that don't
years.
know, Esteli is a town in
10 years.
Nicaragua that typically isn't impacted by the Civil War because everybody is 100% occupied and employed by the tobacco companies.
Yep.
But when you have policies from the United States that increase taxes, tries to reduce tobacco production, when you have the COVID shutdowns, everything else, that impacts things, and people got laid off for the first time. So with some layoffs, there's been some interesting things happening in Esteli, which, now you have to have more security than you've had before. I mean, it's the outside areas that are, but it was generally safer than the rest of Nicaragua. But that's changing now because of everything that's been going on. So,
No, I was like, call me naive, I don't care, but I mean, I really hadn't heard about it. One, because I don't like to watch the news. I really don't. I don't know what's real and what's not. It's really hard.
Exactly.
It's really hard these days.
Well, first of all, there is no news. You can watch an opinion program from NBC, ABC, CBS, or Fox, or you can get on Facebook. But either way you look at it, it's always slanted. There's never both sides to the story.
Right.
Never, ever, ever, ever. So why watch it? Because then
I would love it if we could get back to, if we could go back to the days of when reporting was reporting. There was no sides. You just gave the info, and then you went from there.
I promise the audience
you need to go back and look at some history. News throughout all societies has been slanted.
Not to this extent.
I don't know. We
Not
had the
to
yellow
this
press at the
extent.
late
I was gonna say,
1800s.
No, since
my grandmother always talks about there was a news anchor guy, I can't remember his name, but he would talk about fires, robberies, he would talk about the good things, the bad things, but it was never ever this is who they think that did it. It was this type of person, or it was this political group. It was just this is what happened.
Yep.
growing up,
And then go next to next story.
growing up, it was always a big thing. Which major networks are supporting the upcoming president?
Exactly.
It was never the same year to year to year.
Yeah.
But now you know who's supporting one side or the other.
Yeah.
That's been going on since the second Bush was in office. So they made it so that the reporters can
Baby
basically
Bush?
be entertainment instead of actual factual news.
All right, let's get back to fun.
I was gonna say. Dean,
Well, I'm
what-
just going
what-
to say
what's
one more
next?
thing. On this channel, we will always provide you factual information as we have it, and if we make a mistake, we will call it out.
Yeah.
For example, the Dallas Cowboys absolutely suck. That's a fact.
That is definitely a fact.
Had that discussion with a New England Patriot today because they were worse than suck.
Well, they suck worse.
Well, I mean, you throw an interception in the middle at the end of the game. Yeah, you suck.
All right, so Jason says, you said sheep. Ryan is happy. Then Ryan replies, Chris Wilson and I had a wonderful time camping this weekend, and yes, he was the little spoon.
Chris Wilson, how could you? You know what gets Ryan going.
First of all, you promised that I was the only one you did that to. So
Oh,
I'm
no,
really upset
no.
with that.
Well, you're the big spoon.
I'm the big spoon. So fork you.
Yeah,
So what you guys? Okay, so you guys are drinking the whiskey,
I'm
and
almost
the
done with
whiskey.
this.
Right now, the cinnamon is overpowering the cider.
yeah, as you get
Right
down.
now, the
So
cinnamon
okay,
is
so
completely
in the
overpowering.
beginning when it was warm and it was at the top and it was an even blend, how would it compare to the Jack Neat with the cigar?
Oh no, it goes well. I think.
There's actually, I think the fact that there's I don't know if it's a natural, but since there's an extra bit of sweetness in the
Let's see.
Applejack.
Can an audience member throw us a water bottle? Because I want to cleanse my palate as well as I can.
That's
And
a lot of
normally we have
sweetness.
water. Yeah, I'm
So
trying to get
while
the
he's
cider.
doing that-
Just throw it to me.
Thanks.
There. Yeah.
Everybody, Lee, hey.
Yeah, Lee.
Hey, Lee.
So for me, the only difference that I got between the Applejack and the Jack Neat was the fact that the
The
Applejack,
Jack meat or Jack meat?
Jack Neat.
Jack meat? What's a jack meat?
He likes Jack meat.
Jack meat? You like jack meat?
Yes, I like Jack Meat. Good job, guys. Well done. I'm so proud of you both. You both get gold stars at the end of the show.
Yay!
Thank you. I will congratulate ourselves at this show with the Willet Rye I have.
Yeah,
We'll call it the jack meat shot.
Yep, the Jack meat shot.
Or the jack meat
Cheers
juice.
there, sir.
that was a good.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah.
good.
But the only difference that I got was that the Applejack
Right.
brought more sweetness out. Otherwise, I'm actually getting relatively the same flavors.
more sugar in the cider.
Yes, I said
Yeah.
that, Dean.
There's sugar in cider?
Yeah.
There's inside her?
Shit.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Shoot. Yeah. Come on, John. We don't need you to die.
All right. So I'm gonna do the cigar and then the Jack Daniels.
I'll do
All right.
Jack, then the cigar.
I'm going to do the cigar, and then the cigar. And then some apple cider. Or Applejack.
I tell you what, doing the cigar, then the Jack Daniels. The Jack Daniels brings out a heavy breadiness.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Which is
with
really
the apple
funny,
cider,
which is really
I
funny
really like the
because
sweetness.
You did cigar, then Jack, and I did
the cigar, then the Jack.
I did Jack, then cigar, and I got the exact same thing.
Wow.
Wow. A lot of the breadiness came out.
Tell you
Yeah.
what.
I tell you what. Yeah.
You
This
know,
is
back
actually
in my
pretty
day,
nice.
we had things called VHSs.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, back in my day, the Cowboys actually used to be good back in the 70s.
did.
Now they're a piece of shit.
Yeah, man. Going to drain on
about
the
that
football,
right now,
man.
but-
Hey, Crail, get out.
Mama
So-
don't like football. She thinks
Uh,
football's
just
full
out
of
of curiosity-
food.
Mama don't like football.
So
She
just out of
likes
curiosity,
football.
what
She just
does
football's the devil.
What does the Jack go price range?
On sale, it's 55. Not on sale, 65. Here in Oregon. Now it varies.
No, that would be there in Oregon.
Yeah, we are in We are
Here
in
now.
Kentucky.
In Vancouver,
In
with a
Vancouver,
tax,
it
it
goes
is
for
$5,645.
Yeah. You got it's $50, and then after state taxes, it's $5,000. So
Yeah,
I mean,
that sounds about right.
yeah.
That sounds legit.
Add 30%.
$15,000. Sorry.
So,
Sure.
yeah. So, so no more politics.
Yep.
We got through that.
Done with that.
Well,
no more,
I mean,
no more stupid gay star Dallas.
Ryan
football
said
crap.
he's sorry. He's sorry. He didn't mean to offend you, but he wanted a silver bear.
he wanted a silver bear. He doesn't get a silver bear.
Oh
That's
God,
right.
dude.
I
Okay.
didn't get nothing.
Oh, hey Ryan, did you shoot any elk while you were elk hunting?
I think they were scouting. I don't think they were
Oh
hunting.
God, come on. Look, even when you're scouting,
That's
carry
called
a
camping.
rifle.
That's
Carry a
called camping.
rifle.
They definitely were fishing, and Ryan caught a pretty good fish.
Is that kind of an excuse to go camping with your buddies? Hey, it's deer hunting season. We got to go scouting.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
just got back.
yeah.
You just got back. No, that was scouting. Now we have to go hunt them.
Yeah,
Now you gotta
yeah.
hunt them. You gotta
There you
figure
go.
out the good spots, and then you go hunting. Actually,
I
Ryan
just came by to pick up some meat.
Ryan, I'm actually probably gonna go hunting with him in November. I'm excited about that.
Doing the elk.
Yep. And I've never been hunting before.
I would love to do. Just look. The main thing, just be patient and stay quiet.
Chris Wilson goes, I may have been spooned, but he forked me.
Yeah. That's real knife.
That's a little bit of a broke back moment, if you will.
That's right. So usually, if you go hunting for the first time,
Oh, it depends upon the
don't
hunting.
take the lead, because they're not hunting for deer.
Yeah.
Run, squirrel, run!
Oh no.
Why do I have the squirrel costume on? That's
Well, I'm gonna dress like a furry.
Oh, there you go. Wait,
Then you're talking about a whole bunch of forking going on.
there you
I was gonna
go.
say, did you guys see that guy? It was I think about a month ago. He He ended up at the hospital with 2 critical wound gunshots to his body because he identified as a deer and dressed up as one and went in the wilderness and got shot by 2 hunters.
Dude, seriously?
There's the winner of the Darwin Award right there.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Winner or loser?
If you're gonna do,
Darwin Award.
Anybody in the
know.
audience, if you're gonna do
Fight of the
something,
fittest.
if you're gonna do something stupid like that, no, if you're gonna do something stupid like that, do it in the summertime because deer season's not in the summertime.
Am I not saying that right? The Darwin Award, isn't that the award that goes to the species with the stupidest way of dying? Was that Darwin?
Yeah, that's the Darwin.
Is that Darwin?
Yes, when you do something really stupid like dress up as a damn deer because
Like
you
the-
identify as a deer and you get your ass shot.
The theory of if something
Fucking idiot.
bad will happen, it will happen to you.
Oh.
Darwin, not the same Darwin.
Well, isn't that more like the yin and yang, blah 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 blah?
No, but it's like if
karma.
If you look online, I think it's called the Darwin Awards. There's like one every year. Like my favorite is a guy who was fixing his ham radio tower and had his tools tied to a rope, and he fell off the tower. The tools came up, snapped off because they hit the top. Then came down crashing on top of his head, and then a whole bunch of other crazy stuff happened. And eventually the guy died because it was
Tell me he had
crash,
wait.
down, crash,
Tell me
up, crash.
tell me he had some.
Oh my gosh.
Tell me he
This-
had some
hold on.
box-in wrenches with a torque bar at the
Okay,
end
hold
of
on.
them.
Hold on.
that would be so bad.
I just looked it up. They glorified it. The Darwin Awards commemorate individuals who protect our gene pool by making the ultimate sacrifice of their own lives.
Nice.
That's
yes. Yes.
Wow.
So
that's
a nicer version of what it used to be.
I was gonna say, so that guy that died that identifies as a deer, God, he did it to help evolution. He did
Of course. But there's all kinds of great stories in there. It's a hoot if you just Google it. There's all kinds of great stories. I used to have a webpage way back in MySpace
On
days.
Pornhub?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. Pornhub in the early days of MySpace. And I had like a whole bunch of listings of those, and I don't know what happened to them. I don't have the documents anymore, but they're hilarious. Other stories about a guy who was fixing the kitchen sink, and he had a bathrobe on, but nothing under the bathrobe, and the cat got under the bathrobe and
Nice.
attacked the loose hanging obstacles that
The
were there with
fruit, the
claws, and he
hanging
smashed
fruit.
his head
There's-
against the
there's
gave himself a
the hanging
concussion.
fruit.
There's some little rats
hanging
right
fruit.
there. Treat
Hey, that cherry and stem look mighty tasty.
Is this dipped in catnip?
Oh no! My wife was into that.
A catnip of a different
Oh,
sort.
jeez. We're going down a deep, dark
we're
road.
going
folks.
down the deep
It's
end.
a deep, dark road here, folks. We're going down.
Let me take this opportunity to say this Saturday at Selwood from noon to 5, there is a cigar event there.
Really? Who is hosting this? Or who is going to be headlining this event?
I do believe it's Tim Wong, isn't it? Who is
Oh,
Ed
Tim.
Ed Ryan? Ed Ryan, and he is doing what? Sorry, Ed. Sorry.
Is it?
Selwood. I know there was an event. I can't remember what it was now. But
Someone
there's an
let
event
us know.
there. It's always a good time. Who cares who's
thanks
there?
for that Darwin Award right
So,
there, folks.
that's right.
That's how you like it.
Anyways, there's an event there. Don't miss it. It's always a great deal. We haven't had an event
So
at Selwood in a
this
couple.
Saturday-
I apologize for John.
This Saturday is the biggest. I would argue as one of the biggest cigar distributors in the business.
Oh, is this
That would be
another
Drew
Steve
Estate.
Steve Saka?
Dunbarton Tobacco
Yeah,
and
okay.
Trust.
So
Okay, so done button with that right. I'm doing myself.
So sorry about that. Butchered that up. So Dunbarton this Saturday, noon to 5. So it should be a good time. They have the tents out, so if the weather's not very great, you can always smoke outside. So it's always a great place to smoke and hang out. Usually got about 15 or 20 people at least that are there. I think the last time they had a
The
Dunbarton,
last one we had
it was a
at least
line
40.
out the door.
There was like 40 or 50 people that
Was
ended
that
up-
that was the?
So get there early.
That was
Well,
the,
no, that was the Steve Saka event.
that was the Seesaw
Yeah,
event
that's
with
done.
yeah,
the-
there were like
with the
that was like 30 people inside
that
the store.
was the event with the Sobremesa Blues, and those boxes went
Were
out the
gone.
door.
They were gone in like 15 minutes, I think.
Well, no, it took a little bit longer because I didn't show up until about 1:32. and it started at noon, and I was able to get a box.
Well,
Should have
yeah,
132 exactly.
there were people buying.
1:30 or 2. I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So getting back to cigar, it's been consistent all the way through.
Ryan says you're a
it's been good.
Dumbarton whore. Yeah, wait, no, wait. Dumbarton whore.
Who are?
That's not as much. As you, that's not as bad as you being a.
AJ Fernandez whore.
So, all right, I'm going to take this moment to talk and just talk a little bit about the cigar.
All right, everybody, y'all can now take a nap. John's now speaking.
That's right. I muted Dean's microphone so I could actually have a word in.
I can always just raise.
Yeah.
Here's my mic.
Yeah.
Sometimes Dean doesn't know when to turn off. So either put the ball gag on.
You
or,
go.
You know.
You got the floor.
So I have the floor. So the cigar is consistent.
Well,
It burns even all the way through. The flavor is consistent all the way through. There's no change up in the flavor. Now I'm about halfway through it, and it's been excellent with the Applejack. So that's what I'm drinking. These guys are trying it straight with the Jack Daniels, but it is excellent all the way through so far. So you're doing a slow retrohale. He's got his eyes raised.
Nice.
I've been doing it, but it says that sweetness still stays there.
I was gonna say, it's not a consistent thing with all cigars, but there's been a few cigars that we've had where the flavor really doesn't change from start to finish, and I feel this one has kind of that aspect. I mean, it adds. I got a little extra pepperness about halfway through it, but it's not so much that I would call it an accent. But the flavor-wise, it is.
Well, it's either an accent or overpowering flavor.
It's not an overpowering flavor.
The pepper
So
now
that's
is
an accent.
The pepper now is retrohaling.
That's
is definitely
why
stronger.
I was doing the eyes right.
Yeah,
raised.
the pepper is definitely now propelling through the retrohale. Without the retrohale, it's still that same kind of an earthy.
And there's a
cereally
nice little
sweetness.
spice that's coming with it.
That
A little
bread-
touch of
still a
cinnamon
sweetness.
allspice going.
Yeah, it's almost a cinnamony, so I'm going to try
Yep.
some more of my Applejack.
The breadiness is still very constant. I don't know if I've had a cigar that's had that kind of flavor all the way through.
Yeah, it's definitely a different flavor. It's definitely very pleasant. For me, an afternoon cigar for sure. But also very good with the Applejack. It definitely can hold up its own, apparently, against the Jack Daniel's single barrel single strain.
Cinnamon toast.
Now it tastes like cinnamon toast.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I did the cigar with the Applejack, cinnamon toast.
When I retrohaled it with that
It's
pepper.
now bringing out more cinnamon in the Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely awesome.
yeah. So this is a good cigar.
Yeah,
Really nice. I like it.
For those that are wondering, with all of our crazy bantering and confusion, I would definitely recommend either of these and as a pairing.
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend.
And who
this.
knows what else other type of tobacco, spirit is going to go well.
Oh
with,
yeah.
You know.
So go to 82nd. It's in the sliding glass door area on the bottom shelf, and or ask them for it.
And it's got a
also,
nice little bonfire on
It
it.
was really nice to meet Tyler. Tyler?
I don't know. You were there, not us.
No, he
Tyler.
was there. It's Tyler.
Tyler.
The guy he's the tobacconist.
He's the tobacconist for 82nd outside of Cameron.
he
so he's
really
the one
knows his
you'll
stuff.
see.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's making his way through all the cigars. He's learning every day. So yeah, ask him about the cigar. Yeah, just go and check him out. A great little shop. And on Sundays, this Sunday at 2:00 sharp, we have a showing of the movie Hand Rolled at Cascade Cigars and Tobacco.
Which movie?
Hand roll.
Hand Rolled. Hand Rolled is a movie that
It's a documentary.
talks about. It's a documentary. It talks about the evolution of the cigar industry from the 1950s, pre-Cuban embargo, all the way through to about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's an early 2010s documentary.
What? No.
No, it's like It was
No.
made in like
It's like a couple
2017.
years old.
Oh, okay. I've
Yeah.
never heard of it. That's why I asked.
So, yep.
You weren't part of the club when we did a showing here.
Yeah,
at
we did a
John's.
showing here before. We are showing it at Cascade Cigars and Tobacco at 2 o'clock. 2 cigars purchased in the humidor gets you a ticket to get into the lounge to watch it. We only have one showing, 2 to about 3:30. It's about an hour and a half. Other people want to hang out in the lounge and not have to try to talk over the sounds of a movie.
Yep.
So it's just going to be 2 to 3:30. But that will be this Sunday.
And
also, you guys, for those of you that are watching, I highly recommend going in on Sundays. John's there, and John knows his stuff, and there's not many people there, and so it's actually a really nice place to relax. There are some people that have their differences with Cascade, but that's fine. But
Well-
I mean, overall, like it's very calm, whereas a lot of tobacco shops that have a lounge area.
The lounge is different. Many people
Yep.
were a little turned off with the lounge because you had a group of guys that were in there, had the TVs on super loud, couldn't have a conversation. They were very rude. That era is gone.
Even
it's
when
done.
when Jeff from Florida Sungrown was in there, and we had to go over there and tell him
Yeah,
to
even
turn
Jeff Borzowicz was
tell him
there.
to turn the
They-
Star Trek down.
Yeah, there was a
Star
guy.
Trek, what?
There was a guy watching Star Trek really loud. There was another guy on a conference call, and I asked him nicely, "Hey, could you take that in the back room? Or we're trying to do this," and he turned it up even louder.
Yeah.
So when you had Jeff Borzowicz there, so okay, I mean, that's some serious bullshit.
Yeah.
So yeah, none of that rudeness is there anymore. Come on in, check it out on a Sunday. 2 cigars get you in. There used to be like a $5 cover. Now it's just you buy $15 worth of cigars. That's roughly 2 medium-priced cigars.
Yeah.
Actually low-priced cigars, and they've got great selection. They've got a great prices on their cigars. Come in and check out the lounge.
Yeah.
Either
Yeah.
I mean, even if you want to come in before or after the movie, come check it out.
And also, I really want to, for those of you that are on a budget, still go to the event on Saturday. It's great to support our local rep, Ed
Yep.
Ryan. And Dunbarton does have not many, unfortunately, but they do have a small collection of, we'll call it, regular priced cigars. Dunbarton is known for having more of the higher priced, higher quote unquote quality cigars.
And if you can't support Dunbarton, it's not in your price range. Go to the store and buy different cigars. They have
Yeah,
other
you can
cigars
still
there.
you can
You'll
still go in
hang
there and
out.
buy any
Yeah.
cigar you want and
Yeah,
sit outside
the
and
event
talk
is
to people.
sales and specials on the Dunbarton series, but there's nothing stopping you from buying ones that you like and just hanging out and enjoying the day.
Yeah.
And then you can go into Cascade and get a couple of cigars and watch the movie. Look, the documentary is a really good documentary,
Is it?
and it really does show the impact that other nations' policies can have on a
our-
worldwide economy.
And our impact on other
Yes,
countries.
and what we-
Namely
yeah.
Nicaragua, Dominican Republic,
Right, Honduras.
Honduras. And a lot of it is, what does our policies do to those countries?
Yep.
So just to, if you can give like the Cliff Notes version, what do our country's policies do to the other countries? For those who, like me, that
It gets rid of
I'm
jobs.
not new anymore. I can't use the word new, but I am still relatively young in the aspect of smoking cigars.
Listen.
So there's a lot of history that I don't know.
The policies that we have here that discourages folks from purchasing premium cigars creates a lower demand for premium cigars. And that lower demand translates into, well,
Higher
we used to have this many sticks that were transported across and imported into the U.S. We don't need that many, so you're gone. So good luck with that, because these are socialistic countries to a certain extent, and you're not going to get paid squat. So
Yep.
you're left to kind of fend for yourself. So these are family businesses. These are not big conglomerates. These are small businesses. So I mean, these kinds of impacts makes a huge deal, and they talk about every 5 to 6 years. First they did this, we got around that by doing that. First they did this, they've had to reinvent themselves.
Yep.
So you're listening to folks. They interview a lot of the big names, and you can hear them talking about how they've had to reinvent themselves. First, I started in Cuba. Things are great. Castro took over. I had to escape with the inch of my life.
Yep.
Right? I had to reinvent myself in a new country, and found out that the tobacco there didn't work the way I wanted it to. So I had to reinvent myself again and move and reinvent myself again. Then I had my own policies over there, and then we had issues with training people and the quality, and so we had to reinvent ourselves again. Then the United States did this, we had to reinvent ourselves again. So it's a constant story of every cycle they go through there. They talk about the challenges.
What
It's very
you're saying
interesting.
is the tobacco industry is one of the few industries that we'll say it constantly has to adapt to what's going on in the world.
Yes.
Absolutely. Right now, the biggest problem is the big tobacco companies are gobbling them all up.
Yep.
And if that's your end game, you want to sell out to the big tobacco company and walk away, then good. But most of these people, they created these things. It's their babies. They don't want to walk away. So it's either you put up with the policies that the United States does because they favor big tobacco. And,
I was going to ask, are you when you say big tobacco, are you talking like the companies that make like cigarettes? Or are you actually talking about like the people, like the bigger companies like Dunbarton, Drew Estates, Oliva, like the people that make the more brand name cigars?
Drew Estates is a subsidiary of Swisher Sweet, a big tobacco company.
I mean,
they've already been pulled in.
Sweet.
So I'm not talking about Drew Estates.
Or
I'm not talking about products
tobacco.
in general. Forged. They're already a part of big tobacco.
Yep.
A lot of the brands that you know and love are already a part of big tobacco, which is why you don't really see a whole lot of new stuff coming out because they don't care. They're just selling on. They're capitalizing on.
Well,
what they
you
got.
also don't see new stuff coming out because of the fact that they are wary of
the FDA's
potential
deeming ruling.
Potential policies being
Listen,
set forth in America.
If it wasn't for politics at play, you'd be experiencing lower prices and a wider variety of selection.
Look, I'll say if you go and you watch the documentary, pay attention to there's one person, and it's a guy that works for AJ Fernandez. It has nothing to do with AJ Fernandez or anything.
AJ
No,
Fernandez.
dude, it has nothing to do with AJ Fernandez. Pay attention to the guy that works for him and what the guy says, and that's all I'm going to say. Because that made a lasting effect on me.
It's a great movie.
Was that the effect that made you become AJ?
Nope, had nothing to do with that.
No, but it is a really interesting, eye-opening movie. Kind of gives you an insight into the challenges they have, why your prices are what they are, what goes into that. It's really, generally speaking, it's for the love of cigars, and they're just educating people on this. This is what goes into a cigar. It's more than the manufacturing process.
Yeah.
It's the environmental and governmental impact issues that are also around it, and we continue to work our butts off to get you a product that you possibly can enjoy. Now, West Coast, I say possibly. You go to the Southwest, you can enjoy them anywhere, but there's definitely a battle. There's definitely a war, and they bring it out. It's not all about that. But it is a really cool documentary, and you've got a lot of big names in there.
Yep.
It's a really good movie. I highly encourage everybody to come out. And you know what? If you don't want to watch the movie, just kick back and relax and enjoy a cigar. The lounge is really comfortable. It's very open, very relaxing.
They actually interviewed some people that still live in Cuba right now. For the grandson of Alejandro Robena.
Yeah.
I want to Hiroshi. Yep. And everything, and it has him talking. He's got a wooden carved statue of his grandfather right there.
Well, that's nice.
And Alejandro Robena, for those of you who don't know, Alejandro Robena is known as the godfather of tobacco in Cuba.
Oh, wow.
Or was. He's no longer living, but he was the guy that created the original Corojo strain.
Oh, wow.
So that'll let you know how big that guy is.
So what you're trying to say is that the Saka Squatch is Steve Saka's grandfather.
Sure.
Whatever makes you sleep better at night.
Tobacco's been around for a long time.
Yes, it
and
has.
when somebody comes out with a brand new strain and with a whole new flavor profile that makes as big of a sale as what this man had, you kind of get those titles. It's kind of like Davidoff, right? Zeno Davidoff. Again, another godfather, right? Been around for a long time. Did he invent anything? No. Did he create blends and brands, and did he create a marketing buzz around the cigar lifestyle? Yep. Absolutely. Yep. Did he do a lot for the premium cigar industry? Absolutely.
Yep.
It's really interesting, and everything that's in here, and it's a quick hour and a half. It's a great little show. And if you want to stop by after, maybe you're not interested in the movie, 2 cigars get you in the lounge. And the lounge is a great place to hang out. It's huge. It's the biggest. It's the biggest lounge in Oregon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By
really?
far.
Oh,
yeah, by far.
So the one that's on Broadway, that's not bigger? That one's a pretty big lounge.
No. It's no.
Now, if you combine the private lounge with the lounge there, then yes, that would be bigger. But
yeah,
this
but
is
then
all
okay,
one
then
big
I say
lounge.
let's combine the rest of the Cascade, and it would still
there's
be no.
There's a lot of it's a great place. They got a great selection. Now, with the supply chain problems we have, all cigar shops are having difficulties getting product in. So they get it in, it's full. People find out, they come in there, and they just start buying up the boxes, and then they're empty again. So a lot of, during the COVID,
Hey, we got
nothing else to do.
You had a lot of traffic on Sunday.
I did have a lot of traffic. It was
You
a good
did.
day.
It was like John's like, okay,
nonstop.
John was having to deal with some Wi-Fi internet
my God.
issues. And so he's like, you guys just let me know. And I'm like, okay, John, you got another person. Oh, wait, John, you got 2 more people. Johnny, he's like, and I told someone, I said, right now is when you don't want to talk to John.
It's a good thing I'm an IT guy because I had IT problems all day.
So this last Sunday, a group of us, we went and we hung out with John. We talked to John.
Yeah, y'all left before I got there.
Oh, okay. So when we were there, John left and helped minimum 12 people. And every single one of them either walked out with a box or at least 4 cigars.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So, John's doing some good at Cascade. It's really nice.
They're glad to have me there. They needed a break.
Some ladies came by and they got some empty Oliva cigar boxes.
Yeah.
Oliva Series V. They were the Oliva Series V.
I sold about 10 boxes that day, just empty boxes.
For bridesmaids or like a bridal, it was a bridal...
Shower?
Yeah, kind of like a bridal invitation to a bridal shower.
They were going to get those boxes and stuff them full of bridal gifts.
Little bridal gifts and stuff in them.
Chris Wilson wants to ask, isn't AJ Fernandez owned by a tampon company?
I do believe it is.
Hey, Chris, you're no longer getting AJ Fernandez cigars from me, buddy. All right?
And on that note, I think we'll call it a night.
So, final thoughts about the pairing.
Go boys.
So
you like boys, bro?
I'm not
go
okay boys.
With
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I am not okay with that.
Go the Cowboys. Oh yeah, here we go.
What the hell is that?
Oh, it's America's team, baby.
No,
America's team.
False.
America's
Here
team.
we go.
Right
Gay
there.
Star Parade again.
There it is.
Hey, Dean. Let me quote everybody.
Oh yeah.
Let me quote everybody that watches our show. Nobody cares.
Oh yeah, they do. They all care. I know y'all dream about the Cowboys at night.
All right,
Nobody cares.
Final word on the cigar.
Oh, really good.
Great cigar.
I would highly suggest this would be a really good, dude. Seriously, post wedding, at the wedding ceremony at their cigar. This would be a good cigar to pass
Hey,
around.
Dean, what are you trying to tell me?
Well, your wedding's
you
already
missed
gone.
out.
Yeah,
No,
your
I
wedding's
know.
gone. You
But
didn't
what
have
are
any
you trying to tell me? I
cigars.
should have had this.
You maybe
should have.
but there's no way you could have got them.
You should have invited me too.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, you should
got
invite
your
John.
invite, you asshole.
While you were
I was in Egypt.
while you were on your I can't drink anything
No,
on
but-
his
Oh, yeah.
cruise.
That insult to injury. You could have went to my wedding and got wasted instead.
Such a nice cruise. I can't drink any alcohol on it.
Really quick. Of all the people to get wasted at my wedding,
It wasn't
I
me.
never thought it was going to be Ryan Poltz.
Did he?
Oh,
Why did you not think that?
Well, he was drinking my beer, man.
He was drinking your beer, my cider, but your blueberry Hefeweizen was fantastic. Was fan-freaking-tastic.
All right.
For those of you that don't know, he homebrews. His blueberry hef is amazing.
All right, so cigar, great,
Really
highly
good.
recommended from the show.
Jack is
Spirit?
gone.
Jack
is gone.
apple cider goes good with it, and try it with other cigars. You'd be surprised
Yeah.
of how well it
Cheers,
goes.
boys.
You'd think it's sweet and yeah, but it's good.
Try
So-
apple cider
boys.
with Woodford Reserve.
Yes, Woodford Reserve would be really
Woodford
good.
Reserve would be really good in the cider.
So with that, we bid you good night. Enjoy
much
your
cinnamon.
smoking
Salads.
salads. Good night, everybody.
All right.
I'm a cigar man. I'm a cigar man. Big up, baby. You know I'm smoking. Cigar cigar like a woman, round but not too firm. Even though it's smoking slow, fire'll get you burned. I'm a cigar man.